Welcome to Breaking Ties, Destination Divorce. This is your go-to source for practical advice and support while you go through the divorce process. Join us each weekday for a quick chat where we'll cover a variety of topics such as child custody, property division, and self-care. Together, we'll explore emotional, financial, and legal aspects of divorce and help you find the best path forward for you and your family. Here's your host and Certified Divorce Financial Analyst professional, Mike Fulkerson.
Hi, I'm Mike Fulkerson, and I'm the host of Breaking Ties Destination Divorce podcast. I want to thank you for joining me today. And we will be discussing child custody agreements when getting divorced. Divorce can be a difficult process for everyone involved. We all know this. But when children get involved, the stakes are even higher. It's much more challenging. And deciding on a child custody agreement can be one of the most emotionally charged and complex aspects of divorce. Now, let's start by explaining what types of child custody agreements are available for the divorcing parents. When it comes to child custody agreements, there are two main types. There's a physical custody and legal custody. Physical custody refers to where the child will live and with whom they'll spend their time with. Legal custody now refers to the right to make important decisions on behalf of the child, such as things related to education, healthcare, religion. These are very important topics. And so if you want to say, you have to make sure that you have that in the agreement. There are several types of physical custody arrangements, though, not just one. Sole physical custody means that the child lives with one parent the majority of the time, and the other parent has visitation rights. Joint custody means that the child lives with both parents for significant periods of time. In some cases, parents may choose a hybrid arrangement, such as a 60-40 split, where one parent has slightly more time with the child than the other. This arrangement is usually between the parents. You have control over this aspect. As long as it's fair and reasonable, you can work it out between the two of you. Now, there are many factors to consider when determining which type of physical custody arrangement is best for the child. And the main consideration is always in the best interest of the kid. This means taking into account a variety of factors such as the child's age, needs, parents' work schedules. We do have to go to work. The child's school, location of the school, extracurricular activities the child may be in, and the child's relationship with each parent. The court may also consider any history of abuse or neglect by either parent. Once again, the child comes first in the court system, always. So you always want to look at it from the angle of what's best for the child. Now let's look at legal custody. Legal custody can be either sole or joint, just like physical custody. If a parent is granted sole legal custody, they have the right to make all major decisions on behalf of the child without any input from the other parent. If both parents are joint legal custody, then they will need to work together to make decisions regarding the child's upbringing. Now, other things to keep in mind when negotiating a child custody agreement. First, it's important for parents to try to keep the child's best interest in mind at all times. I think we've said that a number of times today, but it is very important, and you do want to keep that in mind. This means you got to put aside personal animosity towards each other and just focus on what's important for the child. Second, parents should be prepared to be flexible and work together to adjust the custody arrangement if necessary. Finally, it's important to work with an experienced law attorney. And this attorney will be able to help guide the parents through the process and ensure that their rights and the rights of their child are protected. So a lawyer is a very valuable piece of this process. So wrapping up here, child custody agreements can be emotionally charged and difficult to navigate. It's important for parents to remember that they are ultimately working towards the same goal, the best possible outcome for their child. By keeping this in mind and working together to find a solution, parents can ensure that their child's needs are met and that they can move forward. I want to thank you for joining me on the podcast today. I hope you join me on the next one. And remember that divorce is not the end of your story. It is the start of your next great chapter. Take care.
We want to thank you for listening to this episode of Breaking Ties, Destination Divorce with Mike Fulkerson. For questions, please reach out to Mike via email in the description or give him a shout at 630-444-1410. Remember to subscribe, like, and follow.